Hello everyone and welcome to my first devlog. On this channel I haven't really been posting anything, and if something it was some edit or some non-commentary stuff. But now I decided to give it a try and make devlogs. I will try to post news on my game I'm currently developing. I'm not really that far, but I'm trying my best to get there, and yeah, maybe we'll see. Next to 1 year, maybe I'll be finished and I will be posting it on Steam. Maybe it will also have an alpha or a beta if you want to participate and test for me. Right to the point, I started planning my project. I used a free Kanban board. If you want to try it out, you can see which one it is. Let's get right into it. First, I needed a plan for everything a bit. My recent projects, you guys didn't know about them, but I had some recent projects, and the biggest issue I had was the planning I did. So it's not really the best thing if you don't have a plan what you're gonna do. So let's talk a bit about that. First, I needed to plan the network architecture. My game will be a multiplayer game, so there will be network involved, or else it wouldn't work. Yes. So I needed to decide a bit on where this project is going and how am I gonna do the networking. Am I going to do it by myself from scratch, or am I going to use a library like here Mirror? I will be using Mirror. I will be using Unity for the whole project. So if you guys have any good things you know about those things, it would be very helpful. I'm very new to the whole stuff. My career is mostly a system engineer, so I know a lot about networking, but I don't know a lot about how to program or use those protocols. That's that. So I needed to plan for my network architecture. I will show you a picture of it. As you can see on the picture, I'm dividing the whole thing up into, let's say, 4 parts. The clients, that's where the game is running on your PC or my PC. Then the authentication. I will be publishing the game on Steam, as I planned it that way. So I can use Steam authentication, the Steamworks API, to authenticate my users to my game. And I will be using a lot of services for the game. So Matchmaking, Friends API from Steam, the Leaderboards API from Steam, and Analytics for myself to take a look at how much players I have, how can I scale my servers better, and how can I improve my matchmaking and other things in the game. And I will be using a fleet, so dedicated servers to run my game on, so you don't have to host your game on clients and decrease performance that way. Then the game will be a first-person sword game, so you will have a lot of movement and a lot of latency dependence. That's why I went with the dedicated server. Next, I needed to plan the general gameplay for my game. So again, I will show you shortly my Kanban board, what I did there, and then we can go on and I can show you what I have been doing planning wise. So welcome to my Kanban board. back again here. We talked about the network architecture last time. I did forget to show you around the camera board that I did make. That's what we are gonna do next. I structured my whole project in versions, so I have a version 0.1 to say my project's on a good way when I've completed all those steps below. So let's check out what I'm gonna do here. So as you can see, the network architecture is done. I planned it. I showed you my notes, not really notes, but my overview I did, and what I completed for mini tasks to complete the complete task. Then for version 0.0.2, the gameplay planning, I also wrote a short note on what I should do to complete this step and plan all these steps here. I will now take a short look at every other step so we have a short overview over the whole project and I know where I'm standing when I'm working, and I think that's gonna help me a lot. So to the movement and collaboration step, I need to create the first structure for the movement and connection details, so I need to inform myself about how to make a lobby system, create a dedicated server to test on, and create the simple movement I defined in my gameplay planning mind map. Exactly. And for that I need to create a basic server logic, create basic movement, then create the lobby system, create a dedicated server, test the whole thing, and bug fix if I need to bug fix these simple steps above. Then for testing I need to create the sandbox world, so I need to have a world for testing, create a working main menu to have a main menu. I don't think that needs more explanation than the working lobby system. That's from the last step, but now with map selection and in the main menu. And then working spawning, so you can spawn on the right end of the map and you can really play the game like it should be, so just in a simplified way. Exactly, I need to create the main menu, create a sandbox world, create a way to start the game, that's very important, create the spawns, so spawnable points for the game to know how to and where to spawn you, and then again test everything, bug fix. I think those steps are in every step. Then I need to handle the possibility or the core feature of multiple characters. So the idea here is it's gonna be like an Overwatch themed character selection and play style. So you can play multiple characters and level each character the same way. And yeah, I need to implement those multiple characters with the base movement I have, and a way to select a character before starting the game, and then a way to play that character in the match actually. So I need, for this solution I don't really have any knowledge, so I need to research first and look around how to give mirror multiple multiple prefabs for the player, and create health and abilities for those characters, create the models and animation, create the selection menu and handle the selection in the lobby, and then the selection handling in the game is also very important. And then test everything, bug fix if needed. Then there comes in the core feature of a game, I think, the possibility to win or lose a match. So players have a purpose in the game. It's not just running around and hitting each other. It's purpose. Yeah. Add the conditions and the runes. It's not really points, but I call it points because it's easier to understand. Then implement the point system, implement the end screen, winning or losing conditions, UI for winning and losing. So I need to check if the local player won or lose, and then show the screen, and also calculate rewards. I need to only calculate them for this step, not give them to the player already. That's the next step. Implement rewards for the player to collect that he can level on the character. Those level are just for fun, and maybe I will implement some customizing on the characters, so you just have the opportunity to level them and have fun. Exactly. Then the level on the player. So a player has a player level, and he can easily be matched with other players with his level. So the skill level in a lobby is not too different. Exactly. And then implement runes, the money system of my game, and then points, like a ranking system or something like that. I don't know if for all that I need to implement character levels, then implement player levels, then implement the money system, then implement a shop for the characters, so a player doesn't have every character at the beginning and can buy characters if he plays enough. And then implement a ranking system. That's just the leaderboard, I think, what I will do there. And then again, test and bug fix everything. And then save some data for the player, so the player doesn't lose his levels or combat points, rankings, or his stats, so he can look up his stats and everything like that. Then I need to create some more playable worlds, so it's just not one sandbox world you can play on. It's multiple different lobbies and worlds that it's more interesting to play. Then I need to handle if a player leaves, there's an open spot in this lobby, and a player can join an ongoing game or leave an ongoing game if he wants to. But there I must think about maybe penalties if a player leaves. But I don't know yet if that's crucial to the game. Yeah. And then one of the last things to do is implement matchmaking, so you can really just click on play and the game searches a fitting game for you. And yeah, I think that would be quite nice if you could just click on play and it searches for you, and you didn't have too tough or too easy opponents. Yeah. But I think this step is more for me than anyone else, because I want to know how this whole thing works and how I can implement it. Yeah, we'll see. But I think that's that's one of the last steps. So it's gonna be a while until then. And here as well, I need to research for that because I don't have the expertise in this. And lastly, I need to check everything and find as many bugs as I can and fix as many as I can, so that I can really publish the game and say that's my game and I'm proud of it. So yeah, that's very important for the loss of it. And also here, check the gameplay movement. I think that's one of the most crucial things about it, because if the gameplay of the game isn't good, people won't play. Yeah, and also this step is very important to check if any possibility a player can cheat or hack anything. That would be bad as well. Yeah. And for version 1.0, it would only require publishing and yeah, maybe I need to upgrade to Unity Pro, create dedicated server, pricing, hosting services. Yeah. And maybe I will open a beta version for all of you if you want to play my game. Yeah, so now back to what I was going to show. Here I planned out everything I want to have in the game. Here you can see everything I did plan out for my game, Cuby-Worlds, if you didn't catch that already. First, let's start with the most important one, the gameplay node. As you can see, I did quite a lot of mind mapping here. So I will start on the top with characters. There I planned out the general layout of every character. So first we have a health node that says it's individual. So for every character there will be an individual health bar. What that means is that every character can have different health stats, so more or less health per character. And all health is visible to the player, so he knows his own health and maybe the health of the other players as well. I don't know that yet. Then every character has one ultimate ability, so a very strong ability, and needs energy to load this ability. Yeah. Then they have 3 abilities as well, not so strong abilities, and one of those abilities is always dash. If it does damage or does not damage, that depends on the characters. Then there's at least one range attack in those 3 abilities, so the game doesn't just have melee combat, and it's a bit more interesting, I would say. Then every character has levels, and those levels are only for rewards. So maybe I will, at level 10 you get some runes, at level 15 you get maybe a banner or something else. I don't know that yet, but there will surely be rewards. I will try to upload once a month. I can't promise anything, but I will try. Then up to some characters ideas. I will definitely create a Möbius. So if you know the famous Möbius strip, I will try to make a sword out of one and design a character that has this theme. Then I love Japan personally, so there must be a samurai in the game. I don't know what he can, but we will see that. Then a character with 2 swords, so a dual wielder, and one with a hammer and one with a lance. So it's just not only swords, but a bit more, but melee combat it is. Then let's go on to the movement. The movement should generally be very fast, so you can cross gaps very fast, and that the melee combat really can be used, and there's no camping, because that's not how the game works. It should be very fast and very fun, I would say. I want to implement jumping, double jumping as well. So you are very agile with the dash ability and the double jumping and jumping around. Also to these abilities, there's wall running like in Titanfall 2 or other games that have wall running. Then we have sprinting. Sprinting is with infinite stamina, so you can really just sprint as much as you want. You can sprint all the time. Yeah, so the movement is more agile. And climbing as well. I personally think about Apex. Apex, you can climb up some edges or hold on to edges or get up edges. Yeah, that's the idea of that. And then lastly, to the spawns. I need shortly to explain a bit about what the game's really about. The game should be also an arena within a cube. That means every side of a cube is like a ground floor of an environment. So there's forest maybe or something else on every side on the cube, and this cube can be turned within the gameplay. And so I need for every ground side and for every side I need team spawn points to know where you're gonna spawn. So that's the plan here. And if you don't know what I mean right now, you will certainly understand when I'm building the game and building the sandbox world. Stay tuned for that, because it's really hard to explain it without a visual right now. If you want to see that, write in the comments, and I will try to explain it next video or with more visual representation. So next on, a bit about the story. The story, I don't really am a good story writer, so it's just a bit scrambling around. No, not scrambling around. A bit put together from other storylines. It should be a sci-fi fantasy world where runes are a valuable power source. Because every spaceship and everything is powered with those runes and over magic. So they use magic as technology. Let's say this much. And the characters are adventurers who are fighting for money, and in those cubes. And those cubes are dungeons and magic power sources for every ship and city there is. And those cubes are timeless within, so the adventurers can be from a few thousand years apart, but they can still meet within the cube, because within the cube there's no time. That's the whole idea of why they are fighting, and that's why this power source is infinite. But you need people who go in there and get your runes for you. And the runes are dropped when an adventurer dies, or can be collected from little mineral fields or something. I don't know exactly how the visual is gonna look, but you can pick up something. That's the idea. So let's talk a bit about menus. I did a short thing how the menu screens are gonna look. I want to have a main menu with options, credits, and the option to quit the game. And then you can also go to play, and in the play thing there should be lobby creation, so friends inviting, the matchmaking thing where the whole gameplay is after, the character selection, and the shop for the characters. And maybe I will merge the main menu and the play menu together. I don't know yet, but currently the plan stands like this. Or maybe in the play there's just not the credits and also the quit option. I don't know yet. Maybe there will be changes to that. Next on the loading screen, there will not be one, but I want to incorporate random tips, so you can use this ability on this character to make this and this. I don't know what their build will withstand, but I think you know what I mean. And next, there will always be picture and the artist, and maybe I will include fan art if any of you are good at painting. Yeah, then the rest here is not very important right now. It's more a bit of planning how to structure the whole UI and menu thing. Exactly, and think about all the possibilities, especially in the character selection, what should be shown and where you can change settings. Yeah, that's the word I was searching for. Next, there are the game modes. Game modes, I currently just have one. Maybe there will be more game modes in the future. Maybe you have a good idea and we can incorporate this idea as well. So the rune match, I call it. This is a simple team deathmatch, really. It's two teams against each other. Winning conditions are 100 rules or all the players leave. So if you kill 100 players, you win, and on top I defined if multi-kills get 2 runes and one enemy kill is 1 rune. And see here you can collect rune tiles, and that's also 2 runes. So you can win from farming around, or you can go and kill the enemy. Yes. And then there's also power-ups, like in Mario Kart. If you drive over the question mark boxes, you get a power-up. And here's the power-up to turn the arena. So as I explained before, you are in a cube, and this arena can turn in 4 directions over the 4 edges of the ground square at the moment. And then the arena turns around and all the spawns are activated and deactivated, and so the whole movement gets a bit shifted around, and maybe I think it will be very cool to have turning cubes and you're fighting within them. That's my whole idea for the game. And yeah, the other power-ups are just a bit standard. 2 times rune for 1 minute. So if you make a multi-kill, you get 4 runes instead of 2. And one is that you can instantly have your ultimate up. Or one would be to get the double the amount of ultimate energy for 1 minute. So you can have your ultimate up again faster. Yeah, I think that was it for my whole gameplay plan. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Sorry for the bit unstructured video. It was a bit of a short-term idea. Yeah, but it will get better, hopefully. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I would appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. And see you next time.